Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Price Targets with your host, Bitcoin Jack. Today is the start of Easter. So for everyone who's celebrating that, happy Easter. Hope you're going to have a great weekend. Markets in the US and Europe are going to be closed into Monday. So today, all the way, including Monday, I'm expecting a little bit of a lower liquidity environment. People are going to be busy doing other things, and the S&P 500, obviously. I think there's futures maybe trading. Other than that, there's not going to be a lot of guidance from traditional markets on Bitcoin. There's going to be an expiration of options, the weekly options, for this week, I think in an hour and a half, pretty much. So would expect some tight price action and maybe a little bit of a release on that. Obviously, we will look into the implications of that. First of all, I want to have your attention for our lovely sponsor, PrimeXBT, great exchange where you, if you sign up using the ref link and the promo code in the description below, you will get 0.5 BTC matched as a deposit bonus. Some conditions do apply, so make sure you're aware of that to avoid any confusion. But thank you, Prime, for sponsoring. That's very nice of you. If you enjoy these videos, consider using the ref link, and that will be greatly helping out. Bitcoin, we pretty much left it where we left it a couple of days ago, right? So around our previous short target, which is support until it goes. And if it goes, I said, well, then it's just going to be very ugly. And I do think that we're going to visit the lows. And to be honest, I would have expected a little bit more of a reaction so far. So my bias still remains to the downside. Do I think it's safe, just to get in a short position right here? Not really sure. Like generally, when Bitcoin trends, you'll see that those retests, not all of them will be spot on. There's often going to be those little gaps left behind. So then the question is, do we think that this is enough? So in my opinion, you want to look for a short entry. The nicest one would be something like this, where price just comes back up here again, deviates on it, and comes back down. And then you short the range high into the low. Do we go up there and retest it? I don't know. But right here would be the place where I'd be looking to re-short it. Honestly, I do think that this is going to come down, and then I retest. I would re-short the retest on this if that happens on this little beautiful line. I think that's where we're heading. I think this is going to sell off. Maybe it's going to take the entire Easter weekend. Maybe volatility is going to kick in after options expire. We'll see. And then, like I said, nothing much happened on our previous IDs. ETH still hovering around the deviation location. Is kind of taking a long time, so I'm kind of starting to feel that this is gonna pop into X here. But to get the biggest short in the old plan still remains, which is losing the monthly, getting rejected by it, and then trading lower. But this does kind of, I don't know. I would have thought it would have gone lower now. Anyways, the longer it stays up here, and then when it loses the monthly, that's probably just going to accelerate it to the downside. For now, I'm not really seeing the evidence, so I cut any position there, and gonna try and keep a close eye on it at Easter brunch or something. And then Luna at support, I would stick with the old plan, either trade the short up here or when we lose the level here. Syscoin, same story. Axie is bouncing off support without really taking out the lows, except for maybe they kind of take out these lows. In my opinion, any rally on this is gonna become a short. So I don't know. I think this, could rally into a retest here, or at least into a retest up here. So in between these two black lines, which is like between 55 and 60. And I think that's kind of it. There's like not a lot going on. S&P 500 is reaching into the targets that we talked about earlier. The dollar is rallying, and I do think that's just gonna I think this rally is gonna be sustained for a while. The euro, the yen, the renminbi, they're all pretty loose, printing blah blah blah. So dollar strong, which is usually not great for markets priced in dollars anyways. And then yeah, just doesn't look too great still. Natural gas getting really expensive in the US, probably also not a great thing. So if you want to get bullish, I play it very, very slowly. If there is any region for it to happen, obviously it's the region we marked out on Twitter and talked about in the last video. So if you want to do a counter sentiment long, this is where you do it with a tight invalidation here. But I'm not gonna touch it. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Sorry for the short video, but obviously when there's really nothing to talk about, it's really hard to, I can talk here and sit here and say a bunch of bullshit, but that's what it is. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and let's try and aim for Monday for a next video and see what happened. All right, cheers.